Hoot hoot, it's Harry Potter and the Boys Outpost Edition! Hello, Amoras, everyone! Oh, what's this? Is this an Outpost episode? But there hasn't been one of those in a really, really long time. I thought Mike had just stopped doing them. Well, guys, Outpost is officially back. We used to do these semi-regularly. Cannot remember the last time I did one. But the main reason I kind of stopped doing Outposts is just because I took like this extended break from social media. I actually wrote about it. I do a blog. Check out my blog. But had a bit of a mental health blip, then went on a holiday, which was really good. But essentially, I just stopped checking Instagram, and I stopped particularly, the first thing that went was my podcast Instagram pages, so I stopped sort of checking those, and then randomly I logged in the other day and I was like, oh my God, there's so many messages in here from people. So I was like, oh, this is so unfair. People are sending messages, I'm not even responding or acknowledging them. That sucks. So I absolutely have to start getting back into these and reading out your messages that have been relevant to some of the last, I don't know, like probably 10 to 12 episodes. So an owl comes in from Joseph Rogan, who I assume it's not the Joe Rogan, just a similar name. Joseph Rogan, if you're listening, do you get that a lot? I mean, you must get it a lot when you say your name is Joseph Rogan. Anyway, I think a few episodes ago, Piano Jones was talking about the G flat, and Joe Rogan has picked up on this. He says, there's no way the G flat, being the most sensitive spot on the piano, is not 13-year-old Mike referencing the G spot, which he's heard of, knows where it is, I guess, but has no idea what it does. Yeah, no, a few people actually sent this in to me, but neither Sam and I picked up on the fact that they were talking about the G flat being like this mythical spot. And of course, in human biology, there is also a G spot that has a similar function. So that is great. Great one came in from Mardi. She sent a video that is Cartman, a guy pretending to be Cartman from South Park singing the song Paint It Black. I'll put in a little bit of the audio here.
I see a red door and I want to paint it black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. You guys, I see the girls from Paris in their summer.
A lot of people now just send me videos of people pretending to be Cartman, and they're like, oh, Mike, you'll love this, which to be honest, I actually do. So yeah, thank you so much for sending that through, Marty. Oren is a long-time listener who sends in a lot of stuff, and there is a lot of stuff that I haven't read that he has sent me. This one's from the 27th of February. Thank you so much, Oren. The US sometimes uses different words in different... I don't even know what this was regarding. Different words in different parts, but from growing up in California, bologna is supposed to be Bologna sausage. I don't know what... I do vaguely remember me and Sam talking about salami and sausage, but I don't even know what Bologna... Okay, Bologna sausage, just from Googling it here, I guess it's like salami or like just... Or like some kind of ham. I don't know. I'll continue. In the US, it's really just a generic term for some sort of cheap, at least partially pig-based deli or sliced meat. Okay, he explained it. It would kind of like be calling Spam ham if you called US bologna ham. That's right. Me and Sam, I think we're talking about a bologna sandwich and what that is, because we don't have that in Australia. We have both actual hams, the part of the pig leg that we sometimes have for Christmas and other special occasions. If you go up to the deli counter and ask for ham, they will slice the proceeds pork for you. If you go to a butcher and ask for ham, they will give you a giant chunk of meat from the leg of a pig. We also have canned hams, but those are so wretched, I won't speak any more of them. We have different types of salami, pepperoni, etc. that you can get at the deli counter of a well-stocked grocery store, but here pepperoni is also most commonly used on pizza. If you use the term shaved about your ham, someone would probably think you were making a joke. Oh, okay. About having sex with a cop or possibly just being derogatory about having sex with someone who isn't skinny. Okay, I see. We don't have pepperoni in Australia. I'm pretty sure a pepperoni pizza in Australia is like a Mexicana pizza, I think. Am I wrong? Someone correct me. Oren, maybe you correct me. This comes in from Annette. 2 messages from Annette. First one on the 3rd of March. And I believe this was when me and Sam were talking about how no one has ever read a newspaper from front to back, because Annette says, and I'm assuming you use she, her pronouns looking at your photos. She says, I literally have read a newspaper from front to back. I was a very determined child, but to be fair, it was quite boring and the death messages were a tad depressing. That seems very apt. On 21st of May, Annette writes in again. Now, this must have been quite recent, about a month ago. Don't know much about the song that you guys talked about. Okay, so this must be in regards to the song that we talked a fair bit about, which is the Thirsty Merc song, which is the one that's like, so finally accepted the fact that things are going to be different in the future, babe. What is the song called? I always forget. What is it? Thirsty Merc popular song? What's the song called? It's not In the Summertime. It's Someday. So I finally accepted the fact that things are going to be different in the future, babe. Annette goes on. I don't know much about the song you guys talked about, but I'm pretty sure the blue sky versus the Roman Empire is about the fact that the Athenians are wearing the color blue and Romans wanted to take over the world. Have no idea what that's about, Annette, if you could clear it up. Not your fault, my fault. Also still love the pod, been listening every week, and also I did notice the missing episode. I guess, we missed an episode. You and Sam are amazing. Greetings from Estonia. Wow. An Estonian listener. Jeez, that's crazy, because I'm going to be honest, currently looking at a map because I didn't know where Estonia is. It seems like it is north of Latvia, borders Russia, and it is like across a gulf is Finland. So we're in that area of like Northern Europe. Very interesting. Glad the podcast is reaching international waters to this day. One from Brooke. Thank you, Brooke. She just sent a screenshot. That's right. This is something that I realized, that the Spotify was creating auto-generated chapters for the podcast, and I disabled it because I don't know what it did it. But she's taken one from chapter 46, The Lingering Question, and I think me and Sam were talking about Hagrid being a gamekeeper at Hogwarts, and the chapter title that Spotify has generated is Known Gamekeepers of Hog Rewards. And she said, these automated chapters kill me. So that is disabled now, so no more killing. Got one from Mackenzie. Hi, Mackenzie. I did reply to you on Instagram, but she sent a message saying, how do I become a Patreon supporter? I said, sorry this took so long, because she sent it on the 11th of May. I said, you can support on Patreon. And I sent the link, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Be like Mackenzie and jump on the Patreon. I don't know if she actually did. This one comes in from Good Vibrations on Instagram, and it is in relation to me and Sam theorizing that Hagrid could have been in Slytherin rather. She said, I'm not sure Hagrid could be a Slytherin because he wasn't a pureblood. And that was one of the main things the Sorting Hat said about them when telling the story about the founders. And you know what? That is a good point. However, Voldemort was not a pureblood either. He was a half-blood, and he was in Slytherin. So, food for thought. Maybe Hagrid was. Actually, I gotta say, I've always found it really interesting what the delineation in this series is between half-blood and pureblood. Because, think about it like this. Harry, they say, is a half-blood. But when you think about it, both of his parents were magical. But I guess it's basically like you're only a pureblood if no one in your family has ever been remotely related to Muggle people. So I guess because Harry's mum was a Muggle born, she made him a half-blood. But then I just feel like that's not quite right. Does anyone get? I feel like people will get what I'm saying and are like, yes, Mike, I get what you're saying. And I feel like a lot of you right now are like, I get what you're saying, which is great. Al comes in from Kat. Oh, no, not Kat, Jennifer. That's weird. Your Instagram handle starts with Kat, but then I click on your name. It's Jennifer. Hoot Hoot from Sweden. This was actually Monday, so this is only a few days ago. We're catching up. Hi, Mike and Sam. I've just caught up after binging Harry Potter and the Boys for a few months straight, and I want to know, please, what the actual fuck am I supposed to do with my life now? I have to wait for a new ep every week? That is really, really sad, and I'm glad you enjoyed it that much. It honestly took me a while as a 26-year-old chick to get used to all the teenage boy humor. But now I've become attached to the story and mostly to you dorks laughing in my ears. Thank you. I'm a big Chit Chat fan, but also get kind of annoyed when you comment something about the fan fiction and then literally the next sentence in the fan fiction is the exact same question or explanation. Love it when you break into song, though. Thank you so much, Jennifer. We really appreciate getting messages like that. It means a lot. One coming in from Bez. Hi, Mike. Love the pod. You and Sam crackers me up with the banter at the start of the show. Just to answer the budget airline question in the UK, I think I do vaguely remember a while ago. See, the thing is about this, guys, me and Sam talk about this on the pod. We really just like turn the mics on, start ranting, and then we do not think about the pod after that, which is probably a negative overall. But like I vaguely remember talking about budget airlines. I think that's right. I remember it must have been when Sam was talking about how he saw, I think the listener's name was Georgia maybe, and she worked for Jetstar, which is our budget airline, and we said, what's your country's budget airline? And Bez has answered, in the UK, it's Ryanair. Some days you can fly from the UK to countries as far as Poland for £19, which is probably about $45 Australian. Anyway, love the pod. Can't wait for the next book. Sean from England. Thank you so much, Sean, who your username is Bez. That's why I called you Bez. Thank you so much for writing in. And of course, power listener Bella has written into me. She has got her essay, which we mentioned on the pod this week, which will be another episode. But she also said, by the way, I'm working my way through the podcast and getting timestamps for all the times you and Sam sing on the podcast. It's been super fun going back and noticing little details that have turned into huge plot points. I should start writing down some of my favorite details. So far, it's been a real thrill when Cheeseman Damo first got introduced. Really appreciate all these people. Like, people have told me they like binge listen and they go back and listen again and again. So, awesome to have all these people into the pod still after all these years. And I got an email last week from official correspondent Amy. Great to have you with us, official correspondent Amy. And she says, hi, Mike and Sam. Wow, what a wild ride these last few chapters have been. And I talked on the pod about how Amy actually predicted that Mr. Charge's Patrocum would be a monkey. In reference to the Black Eyed Peas album Monkey Business, because Cheeseman Damos was an elephant in reference to the Black Eyed Peas album Elefunk. Here, Amy said, I have no recollection of predicting Mr. Charger and Cheeseman Damos Patronuses being a monkey and elephant, but I found the email I sent and looks like I did predict it. I have no idea how I even thought of that. Then she goes on, there is no way Hagrid is a Slytherin. He's the one who tells Harry that all the wizards who turned evil come from Slytherin. I'm pretty sure he's a Gryffindor because he always supports them in Quidditch, but I don't think it's mentioned anywhere in the books. She then says, I went to the Harry Potter Forbidden Forest experience in Melbourne and it was really cool, so I would definitely recommend going. I do really want to go to that. It sounds awesome, so hopefully we'll go soon. Cheers, Amy, official correspondent of Harry Potter and the boys. Wow, send in your owls anytime to me on Instagram or pretty much just anywhere on the internet. You'll find me. You'll get something to me. But I did want to end. We used to do this on our post where I have a little meme that I read out and describe to you. A little meme. This one really cracked me up. I really liked it. It's a 3-framed vertical meme. And I'll post this on Instagram on the day this comes out so you guys can follow along at home. But part of the fun is me describing it. 3-framed meme. Top frame, we're in Order of the Phoenix movie. Very start of the movie in which Harry is in the playground and Dudley and friends come to bully him slightly. Top frame is the classic line verbatim from that movie in which Dudley, who is talking about overhearing Harry talking in his sleep, Dudley says to Harry, "Who's Cedric? Your boyfriend?" Classic moment. Bit of homophobia there in the movie, but we should expect that from Dudley, that he's just a product of where he's born. Not okay, but that's just who he is. Second frame though, and this is where it deviates from the original and becomes a bit of a funny curveball moment. Second frame is Dudley smiling and laughing, and he says, and this is the joke, "Why didn't you tell me before? Happy Pride Month, bro." Which is a complete curveball from what we've come to expect from Dudley. And then frame 3 is simply Harry smiling as if he is, he's happy with what Dudley said. And with that, I think it's on the Instagram now, so go look at it. Great meme. Send in a meme. I love doing meme of the week. I'll try and do our posts every fortnight. We just need people sending in ours. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. With that, I'm leaving it there. This has been Mike. We'll be back with an episode next week. And great speaking to you. Great doing an outpost again. I bloody love these. See you later, guys. Goodbye, Hamoris.